Whenever I try to pinpoint what crypto gaming nodes have gone right for me, I always use Myria as the prime example. The story of a coin that died and came back and just prospered. Myria has become one of the largest crypto gaming node ecosystems. I wanted to touch base, quick overview on my thoughts on Myria and whether or not it's that time for Myria. If you just kind of content, as always, like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So if you're going to be buying a Myria node, feel free to go ahead, click the link in the description, use our affiliate code. It gets a kick for us and supports the channel. I wanted to start this video by talking about the profitability of nodes within Myria. If you did not know, Myria is a layer 2 ecosystem on Ethereum. L2s on ETH haven't been the most hyped thing in the world since Solana. However, Arbitrum, Optimism, and a couple of others are trying to make a comeback in the L1, L2 scene. I see Myria as being that L2 gaming layer on Ethereum that's going to be really hype. I know there's Ronin, I know there's a couple others, but I do think Myria is that indie place where games are going to go. And here's one of the biggest things that are important to talk about when we're talking about layer 2 building their own chain and all these different things. One of the big staple points that a lot of people have is that when you have an ecosystem, you want to have that game that makes it put on the map. And for Myria, it seems like they're putting a lot of their eggs on a certain number of games. Those games being Meta Rush, Block Royale, 360 Cricket, and more. In my opinion, the ones that are the best, of course, they keep talking about Meta Rush, and 360 Cricket has a pretty legendary cricket player, Mr. Alb de Villiers, in an exciting arcade cricket game. Those are their big games right now in terms of popularity. Of course, Block Royale looks beautiful, but we haven't really seen a lot on it, and I'm sure Meta Rush is going to come out before it. Meta Rush, it's a pretty much Fall Guys-esque game where people fight each other, try to get to the end. The other people that don't make it, they get eliminated, and that pretty much is that. However, that's your TLDR of it all. I'm very bullish on the fact that they're building out their own game. We'll see if that ends up becoming a success. Other people are also building on their L2, and that's why we have tons and tons of indie games that are seeking grants, etc. Now let's talk about nodes, because I do have nodes, supports the network. Of course, every L2, every L1 needs validators, and Myria just goes ahead and says, you want to fund us? Well, you get tokens. That's pretty much what it is right now. And so a Myria node right now costs $6,300. It is quite expensive. I'll be fully transparent here. When we bought our Myria nodes, they were somewhere around $4,000. Nowadays, much more expensive, around $6,300. We've been accumulating Myria since pretty much the day this coin came out. And I know that sounds crazy. And to some of you, that's like, oh, well, you just got lucky, right? You're doing great. I would say if you had to choose a skill in terms of like, do I want skill or luck? You'd always choose luck. A businessman will always choose luck, something I learned. And so when we see the price go down on this thing and it kind of just died out for quite some time, this is normal for crypto gaming node ecosystems to do during a bear market. You don't necessarily want to hold the tokens when it comes to these ecosystems. A lot of the time, you'll be better off buying these nodes and not really having to worry about whatever price action happens in between. If you're into tokens, you should probably buy governance coins or other coins for games that don't have nodes, because you won't get that massive sell pressure. However, you still will get VC sell pressure. VC sell pressure is still just as aggressive, but eventually it does come to an end. So how much are people making right now on Myria nodes? So they're making around $12.83 every single day. And if we actually do the math here, we get the $6,300 it costs, divide it by the amount you're making per day. It takes somewhere around 494 days to get your return on your investment at Myria's current price. Of course, Myria right now, it's at $166 million market cap. That could change. It has 10x before. And we have already, this is a disclaimer, I've already gotten my return on investment on my Myria tokens since we bought so early on in the Myria ecosystem. So with all this being said, is this good value? I would say that there are a couple factors that I have to think about. The number one factor that I think I want to talk about here is the fact that Alex Becker joined as an advisor for Myria back in November 23. So that could be seen as a pretty big deal. That was a pivotal moment of getting a lot of attention onto Myria. So more announcements, of course, can only be good for Myria in general. And I'm sure that that those will come as a result of him being an advisor. That's likely a lot of the reason that there's still so much valuation here for Myria. Another big catalyst here is probably going to be the fact, can Myria go ahead and distance itself from the immutable narrative, where on immutable, you have to deposit money, then it kind of gets stuck there until you want to withdraw it, and it's kind of complicated. Myria has that same issue where you want to withdraw, you have to wait like 10 hours, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. Nobody wants to deal with that. When the games come out, there's going to be a lot of pressure to fix that. I'm sure that's going to get fixed then. The Myria website used to look like garbage back then. They have gone ahead and fixed it. That was actually one of their big things, like, oh, we're going to be fixing the website on Myria. I agree. Like the website sucks. So it's great to see that they fixed it. So there's great things happening for Myria. I do think that this is more of a fair value node more than anything. What I would say is, we've gotten into some of the newer plays like Hytopia, Aether nodes. I do think that those are better value right now because of the fact that they are brand new nodes. So the likelihood of you getting them during like whitelist periods are pretty high, especially if you're in Legion, our Discord server, where we gave like 25 Aether whitelist spots and 1,500 Hytopia points. So we've given plenty of value there. In terms of node season though, and what I'm looking at, a lot of people have been asking me, I'm looking at Portal Coin and their nodes. I'm also looking at Gunzilla. We ended up fading a couple because we didn't want to go ahead and get into too many plays. I see nodes as something like you want to maybe get one monthly if you have the capital to do so, but you don't really want to make it your primary bag. I have 6 figures worth of nodes because I bought $30,000 worth of nodes, and then they became $100,000 worth of nodes as the bull market kicked up and more people bought them. So to say the least, we have a lot of nodes right now. Myria has been one of our top performers for sure. Like there's no doubt in my mind that Myria has been incredible. I do see good things in the future for Myria. I do think that the Alex Becker narrative is going to be really strong for Myria. And so I'm going to be giving this one, I could see this one at $1 billion market cap. So that would be what, $5-7 billion fully diluted market cap. Doesn't seem like a crazy price prediction to me. I love Myria. I love the Myria team and what they're doing. So that's my rating. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section in regards to it all. Until the next time, stay classy, and that's all.